All right, welcome to chapter 3, where we're going to be looking at adding and subtracting fractions. And we're going to start with 3.1, where we're adding and subtracting like fractions. Why are they called like? Because you're really going to like them. Actually, no, they're called like because they have the same denominator. So we can only add and subtract fractions that are like. What we're going to find when we get to unlike fractions is that really what we're doing is we're making them into like fractions. If you have like fractions or fractions that have the same denominator, so look at this first example here, we have 3/5 plus 1/5. Well, let's picture that. So down here, they've got a measuring cup. Okay, it's divided into 5 equal pieces, and we have 3 out of 5. So there's 3/5 of a, let's say, cup of liquid there. And then we're adding another 1/5 of a cup. And so that is going to give us 4/5. So what we're doing is we're adding the two numerators together, and the denominator is going to stay the same. Same thing with subtraction. So over here, we've got 3/4 of a pie. And then my brother came along and he ate 1/4. And so now we have 2/4 of the pie. Okay, we've subtracted one of those portions. So as long as we share the same denominator, we're going to just subtract the two numerators. Denominator stays the same. So subtract stays the same. One more step you'll notice here compared to that last one. And that is that this time we ended up with an answer of 2/4. 2/4 can be simplified, so we divide the top and bottom by 2 to end up with 1/2. So that's kind of the last step. So first step, you're going to add. If you're adding, you're going to be adding those two numerators together. If you're subtracting, you would subtract them. The denominator always is going to stay the same. And then your last step is, if it's possible to simplify, you want to simplify. So let's do some examples. So we have 1/5 plus 3/5, and that gives us, so 1 plus 3 is 4/5. And we can't simplify, so that's our final answer. Next one, we've got 3/8 plus 2/8. So our numerators we're going to add to get 5, denominator stays the same. And once again here, there's no way to simplify. We don't have any common factors there. Okay, next one. So we get 3 plus 5 is 8/12. Can we simplify this one? Well, if you're not sure, go ahead and draw yourself some either some trees or some division tables to figure out if there's a greatest common factor. Let's do that here. 8's divisible by 2 to get 4. That's divisible by 2 to get 2. So there's our prime factorization of 8. We can do the same thing for 12. Divide that by 2 to get 6. Divide that by 2 to get 3, and 3 is prime. So here's our prime factorization for 12. And what do we have in common? We have 1, 2, 2 2's. So 2 times 2 gives us 4. So our greatest common factor is 4. You might also be able to look at this and say, hey, I see those are both divisible by 4. Or even, hey, I noticed they're both divisible by 2. You could divide by 2, and then you'll notice that you can divide out another 2. So if we do 8 divided by 4, we're going to get 2. 12 divided by 4 gives me 3. And now I know I've got my fraction in lowest terms. All right. Let's try one more together. So we're going to get 3 plus 2 is 5/15. And then we have to ask ourselves, can we simplify? So here I noticed both of these are divisible by 5. So I'm going to divide out 5. And that leaves me with 1/3, which is as simple as I can go. So go ahead and try these next few. When you get to the ones here like F where you have 3 fractions, just note the same rules apply. So you're going to add those 3 numerators together and then divide by the denominator. So pause this video and give those a go. Okay, so hopefully you had a chance to do these. Let's do them together now. So 5 plus 8 gives me 13/9. And there's no common factors there. 13 is not divisible by 3. The only prime factor of 9 is 3. So we're done. If we wanted, we could have put that into a mixed number as well. Okay, Next one, so I've got 1 plus 3 plus 5 gives me 4 plus 5 is 9, so 9 over 8. And those don't share any common factors, so I am done. G, 2 plus 3 plus 4, 5 plus 4 is 9, so 9 over 7. That's as simplified as we can go. Then we've got 3 plus 4 plus 2, so that's going to be 7 plus 2 is 9 over 5. And once again, there's no way to simplify that. And this last one, I've got 17 on top and 12 on the bottom. 17 is a prime number, one of my favorite numbers, which means that it's only divisible by 1 and 17. My bottom number is not divisible by 17, so I know that there's no common factors there. I know that that is as simple as I could go. If I wanted to, I could always do a factor tree or that division method. And once again, we'll see that that is in simplest form.